We just rescued a cat, and the cat has taken to her very much so and loves her very much so. On the breeze, we try to talk about inspirational thoughts and topics, and just some nice positive approaches to things. Often our main focus is God, and hopefully you look to God for all your answers. And I was just thinking about the word mindset. How important is a person's mindset?
Of course, you have to have a negative mindset will never give you a positive,
Outcome?
life.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Scripture says put on the mind of Christ, right?
Yes.
So what kind of mindset is that? What is
Like,
that?
always be positive, trust God. Yeah. Because
Positive,
if
trust
you
God.
have always negative thoughts, that's the time that you have anxiety and depression. If you don't have that kind of strong mind, strong will to live life. Every day, I have always a positive thoughts that everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And then be patient.
How do you put on the mind of Christ? If you have a good mindset, no doubt it's because you're putting on the mind of Christ. So what are some ways to put on the mind of Christ?
Every day is struggling emotionally, mahal, and you have to deal with it. So just be always positive in mind, and also control your emotion, that your emotion will not overpower everything. Yeah, because you cannot deny the fact that you get mad
Okay.
for our situation.
So like even the mindset, like we're walking down the streets the other day, and we see this little kitty that's on your chest now, and it was just left there to die by the garbage. And I guess in practicality, in reality, in life, our mind could have said, okay, well, it looks like it's pretty much dead there now, and just kept on walking, right? But we had the mind of Christ. We have, like you said, a positive mindset. And what do we do? What do we do? We bent over and picked it up, right? And now look, you have it restored to good health again.
Yeah.
That's because of a good mindset in you. Well, hopefully me too, but especially in you, because you bent over, you picked it up, and you took it home, and you nurtured it back to health. And that's just one little decision in one particular day where you had a good mindset, right? And because of your good mindset, now you've given life to a little thing that probably would have died the other day, right? So see how important your mindset is? Because you had such a good mindset, and you had the mind of Christ, like you're thinking as God would have you to think, put on the mind of Christ. You affected a little animal's life and gave it life, basically. That's where I'm saying. I guess that's what I'm trying to point out. Is that even like in daily living, one little decision can affect so much. Because we could just kept on walking, went and bought the eggs, and the poor little thing would have died on the side of the road, right?
Yeah.
And that's one example. Well, another animal example is when we rescued another little dog. We called it Rain. You were into what store was that? A printing store, right? And while I was waiting in the car outside, I seen this little tiny puppy about the same size as this
same
kitten here.
size.
And it was just like throwing up and everything outside the door on the sidewalk in
His
the
mouth
busy
is
downtown.
foaming.
Yeah, and when you came outside, I was asking you, I said, maybe we should try to take that puppy because he's in the busy intersection here. He's on the side of the road. He's only a tiny, tiny puppy. He's going to die if we don't do something. And she took that little puppy home and nurtured it back to health, and now it's still alive and having puppies of its own.
Yeah,
So again,
7 puppies.
Yeah, so again, sticking with the mindset. It's a good positive mindset, and you were just going through your daily life in the printer shop, but then you pause for just a moment in time, and because you do with a good positive mindset, you've given life again to another little animal. So these are just our animal experiences, but how much more even when you pause and think about your life experience, how sometimes a phone call to someone or a little email or a message sent to someone, how it can really help their life too, right? With your good mindset.
Because most of the time, mahal, I am the one who always offered my help. They're not the one who asked my help. I am the one. I just like for example, when I was a kid, my auntie is always helping us. Yeah. And then when the time that I was in Hong Kong, and um, in my mind I have so much money. Yeah. For a few months I have so much money because I have a good salary with my employer. I have a side hustle. Like every week I earn in the IMG for my commission. So what I did is like, um, I contacted my auntie and asked about her children, and three of them uh, going to school. One is in high school, which is a private school, and two were in college. So of course they're struggling because she was separated by her husband. So I offered a help for few months, maybe 6 months, six, yeah. So I send money every month for at least not a big amount of money. The money that I am willing to lose every month. Yeah. I give her 3,000 a month for the allowance. That's it.
Did you ever have a negative mindset that maybe affected you negatively in any way?
Negative mindset. Yes. People, because I experienced that I am not beautiful enough,
Which is not true. You are beautiful.
and it's really make me, you know, make my self-esteem very little. Very little. Yeah. And I always have this in my mind that I'm not enough. I'm not beautiful enough. Because for me, it seems like beauty is really important to please everyone. Yeah.
Okay, so because of your some of your past experience,
Mm-mm.
you had like a negative mindset
Mm-mm.
because people were saying negative things toward you.
Yes. You're not
So,
good enough. You're
so
not beautiful
here's
enough to get that job.
okay, they're telling you things like that. So how do you overcome such a negative mindset?
I just accept myself. Yeah. I don't. I accept myself that I'm not beautiful enough. Yeah. Like, well, it's okay as long as, like, if they don't find you beautiful, that um just just develop yourself in a different way.
Well, the truth is, the right mindset is you've always been a beautiful person. It's just been some negative people trying to bring
Because
you
they don't
down
like me, that's it.
with their mindset, right?
I have, like, it's because she's part of my family, and now we become ex. She's part of my family.
She who? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about someone which is she, because
Someone who is negative towards you.
yes,
Okay.
like, I want to, my sister wants to get me from Dubai and look for, recommend a job which is a receptionist, but she said, oh, if you're going to accept that kind of job, once your employer, once you get there and your employer doesn't like you because you are not beautiful enough, you will end up a housemaid, something like that. And then you're not good in English, so why? Something like that. They're questioning about your intelligence, that you are not um, good in English. Yeah, to be a receptionist, something.
So would you say somewhere
So
along the way that God gave you a more positive mindset?
God gave me more positive mindset when I cut ties with them. After I cut ties
That's a
with them.
really important point, right?
Yes.
Because sometimes you're around negative people, people who only are, it seems like their only purpose is to bring you down.
Yes.
And you have to cut ties, right?
Yeah, you have to cut ties
To help
this
your
time.
mindset.
Yes. Yeah, for your peace of mind. Yeah. They always say that prioritize your mental health. and to make those kind of statement, like you always prioritize your mindset, you have to cut people, you have to cut ties with toxic people, even if it's hurt, just because they're part of your family. It's okay to cut ties with them. Yeah, even if you are like family, even if a family member. Yeah, because once you already um, move on, you already cope up everything, you can face them with heads up, with confidence. Yeah, after everything. Yeah, and then when you become a strong person, even their negative words will never affect you again. Yeah.
So, to wrap up, what's your final thoughts on the importance of the kind of mindset you have?
Prioritize your well-being and prioritize your relationship with God, because relationship with God is permanent and eternal. Relationship with other people is not permanent. Yeah, if they don't love you, then so be it. If they don't like you, then so be it, as long as you don't lose your soul to God. That's it.
As we mentioned earlier, put on the mind of Christ. Think like
Mm-mm.
Jesus. Think as Jesus would have you think, and that will put your priority back in straight and help your life.
Yes. Because that's what, like I mentioned before, everything happens for a reason. Yeah. God will never give you a problem with which you cannot handle. Yeah. And I thank God, because every time I realize that, when I learn, or um when I meet someone and they share their problems, their struggles, I can say that, oh my goodness, if I was in their shoes, maybe I'm already dead, because I cannot handle their problem. And my problem is just a little, is a piece of cake. Yeah, compared to their problem. That's why I'm so grateful. Yeah, and then sometimes I can say that sometimes I am ungrateful, because I keep complaining because of my struggle. And then when I compare the struggle of someone else, like, oh my gosh, it's just a piece of cake. My struggle is really a piece of cake compared to them. And I think it's also, there's a reason behind that meetup. Yeah, because when you keep complaining about your struggle, I think God allows you to meet someone and share their struggle too. So they will say, no need for you, you're still blessed. Yeah, that you experience only that. Yeah, compared to their struggle. But sometimes our struggle is based on our decision. Mindset. Well, it's really important, because sometimes if you always have this negative mindset, that's why you end up, you know, losing your soul. So
So it's most important, right? Have a good.
yeah, be
a good-
positive and always think and prioritize your relationship with God, so you will have a positive mindset all the time.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for watching the breeze and watching the little kitty sleep on Mahal's shoulder. Look at
Yeah,
you, so
he always put his
so
butt near my
cute.
face.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
Aww. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. God bless you.